Good Sunday morning here. It's Ice Age TV. And if it's a Sunday, I mean, goodness gracious, look at this here. It's just not a very pretty Sunday morning. It's your fall type of weather here. It's cool, 50s. You can just feel the moisture and the rain coming today, which that's the story. The rains are coming in. Nothing radical, but just an overcast day. And, so this is the Sunday morning conversation car meet day. And I just think to myself, how many people show up today? I really think this type of weather here kind of draws the crowd down by a third. I could be wrong. That black Ram truck, I think just looks clean all the time. I mean, that's just a great truck. I still can't get over how, it's just my life. If you follow my channel, good morning there. Got my coffee here and got my Hurley hat on and Hurley shirt on. And so what are we doing today, right? But back to you follow my channel. I mean, what's next, right? It's always the adventures of the Ice Age TV. So I mean, what are we gonna drive today? I mean, so you watch my channel. What would be your thoughts on what is the Iceman gonna do today? Is the Iceman gonna drive the Raptor, the Bronco, the Gold Rush, the Mach-E, the Ram, the Ranger? There's another Mach-E over there. The 4Runner, the Mustang, the Hellcat Charger, or no, Hellcat Challenger. Why am I saying Hellcat Charger? Yeah, right. Hellcat Challenger, the GT500, or the other GT500, or wait a second here. Wow, we've got a new family member, Ford Maverick. Today I thought, I'm going to take the Ford Maverick up to the car show. This thing gets attention. We'll see today if it does. Am I right or wrong? What's interesting right now, where's the adaptive cruise control camera? Isn't that interesting? So there it is right there. Look, it's built into this little, I can see the little icon of the sensor. Isn't that interesting? So this the radar versus the sonar, all the different technologies, just incredible. All the different technologies, vehicles today more than ever. Oh my goodness gracious. So get the light on here and let's check out the red hot chili pepper Ford Maverick. What's that all about, right? Who'd imagine that I'd be the guy excited about this? I mean, I'm not embellishing or lying here. I have a gentleman worship me and goes, "Hey, what do you think about that Ford Maverick?" And I was like, "Ford Maverick?" I'm like, "What are you even talking about?" Ford Maverick, when I was growing up, was a car. So he's, the Ford Maverick. So I never really was even fixated on this. And even to the point that if you watch my videos, you go back over a year ago, I test drove one of the first ones that came into Kuhn Stilling Ford. And I kind of walked away like, it's all right. I mean, I said in that video, hey, I think it's a great little vehicle. I definitely see people buying it, but for me, and I just wasn't fixated on it. But yet here it is, That's kind of how things would come out, and I'll just be like, And then at the end of the day, what do I own? Oh my goodness gracious. In anywhere today in this world, we talk about China, and you're thinking to yourself, China? Why are you talking about China? I think this is classic. I think this is just classic. If you're watching my videos, sincerely, if you're watching my videos and you just saw me do the Gator review on that John Deere Gator, that John Deere Gator, I was laughing last night. If anybody actually, it's interesting. I talked about David Lee Roth. There's John Deere, about him putting a brown M&M in the M&M bowl to see if people actually read the book on how to set up the stage and get the concert all in place. Well, I think it's funny on how I kind of do the same thing, not really intentionally, but here's the thing. So I did the whole, I did over and over again, showing off this John Deere, and I did the, I said, I the engine, the gentleman there at the John Deere dealership, I thought he said that this motor was built in England and it's a Chariot. I mean, in all sincerity, my hearing, I get hearing problems, and attention span problems. It's like I got two personal here. So Here, I'm thinking he's saying it's a Chariot motor or something like that, made out of England. Like, yeah, it's cool. It's a, but in all sincerity, yeah, do the Brits every now and then have challenges with their motors? But no, here's the thing. I'm videoing that machine. I take my camera, and I didn't take a picture, but I'm just videoing it. And so the motor is made in, oh my gosh, I can't even believe it. Made in China. It's a China motor. And I'm the guy here that goes off on China. Who doesn't go off on China? I mean, incredible. So that machine, I mean, in all sincerity, I've known for years John Deere is buddied up with China. I know that. But at the same time, I think it's funny that here I'm videoing this machine, and as I video it, and I'm watching my own video last night. Yeah, I watch my videos because, I like to see what I'm saying and doing, and can I make myself better or worse, right? Yeah, okay. Hey, it's better than watching the news. Yeah. So, anyways, I see as I'm videoing this machine over here, China. So now I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Sincerely, would that maybe be a deal breaker if I kind of knew that before I bought it? I don't know, man. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I may be like, do I want the China stuff? Which it's in everything we have. I mean, sadly, China's in practically everything you own. Something you own, there's no doubt. In today's America, everybody has China. Remember the saying I always say, this good old saying, excuse me, there's an Indian behind every tree? Yeah. You know what the new saying is? There's a Chinaman behind every tree. There's actually a Chinaman in everything we have, including this phone in my hand. So yeah, that was just like, but here's the thing. I mean, so one part of me is like, that's kind of too bad, which it is. Because I'm a guy that's owned businesses where I just was so aggravated. Everybody driving to the China store, China Depot, China Costco, China Lowe's, and look at Amazon. I mean, I just think to myself, oh my gosh. And I think people would pay more for American products. So now I've got the China, what it is. I did my research. It's called the Chery, Chery Automotive Group. To me, it's funny. It sounds like the Chevy. They just put an R instead of a Y. So it's Chery instead of Chevy. Chery? They think, versus we say Chevy. Do you say Sherry? So I sometimes wonder if the Chinese thought, we make it to sound like a Chevy. It's a Chevy. It's a Cherry or Chevy. They don't care. Yeah, no, it's Chevy, like an S. So, anyway, that's actually an automotive engine that's been around for many years. It's not a new engine per se as far as the manufacturing. So it's Chery Automotive over in China that makes Chery cars. So that's an automotive engine in that vehicle. That's why it kind of sounds pretty cool. And it's been around now for over 10 years. So John Deere's actually been putting that motor, not that exact motor, but that brand in their Gators now since like 2010 or 11. And overall on the internet, you don't see a lot of, like anything. Yeah, people have had issues with Gators. So, but I did a little more research. And, sure enough, if you go to the other, ATV market, utility vehicle market, like I just said, China's in everything. Is Polaris using China parts? Yep. Is Honda? Yep. Is Yamaha? Yep. I mean, all the manufacturers, everybody is. But this, I think, is so funny. And people know this little story, and it's called Assembled in America. Yeah, so you'll see when you buy something today, hey, it's made in America? Well, no, it's assembled in America. It's all the China parts brought to this country where people actually assemble it. Yeah, assembled in America. Right. So, it's kind of an eye-opener this morning. And yeah, part of me is kind of like, it's kind of too bad. But sincerely, I knew years ago, John Deere buddied up with China, 20 plus years ago. So the big combines, tractors, it's China. I talk about this. China wants to be the number one man. So, but at the same time, I read these automotive news about how there's a new XPeng, it's like X, and then PENG electric vehicle that just has hit the market. And it's apparently a very nice, really good, refined looking four-door sedan that would be right there with like a Tesla type of look. And apparently this is an automotive group that formed themselves like in 2014. And what the article is kind of about, it's about the XPeng, car and how fast it's come to the marketplace. And now with electric cars, more than ever, it's so easier to build a car with electric technology, being it's a one-speed transmission, no emissions. And so anyways, it just goes into great length about how today, more than ever, an automotive company can put together an electric vehicle. Well, there's just so many different parts. When I look at that Rivian, remember, they buddied up with Ford. Why did Ford kind of kick them to the curb? What's that all about? Yeah, I mean, think about that. Ford invested into Rivian big time, and then they pulled out. And they still do have investment in it, but they kind of kicked the relationship to the curb. Why? What happened? But to me, when I saw Rivian for the first time, I know people watching YouTube channels, why have you said Rivian? Well, the Rivian's was the Motor Trend truck of the year. So when I talk about the Rivian, and here's the thing, anyone that owns one, I sincerely think it's a neat vehicle. I'm not here to say it's a junk vehicle. I've never ever said that. I just said I think the design needed better thought process on it, I think. And what's wrong with that? Maybe listen to my cars, they should, yeah, I agree. I would not, if I own a Rivian, a guy said right now, I can't believe how tight that interior is. I can't believe they don't have any cup holders. I can't believe the side door pockets. I can't believe how shallow that bed is. I'd be like, yeah, I agree. But the car's cool. It's neat. Right. So it doesn't mean really saying anybody owns a Rivian. It's not a good product. That's not the conversation. It's the engineering. I don't think it was thought through. I just think, I don't know. Just to me, I think they cut themselves short, really. So, anyways, really the point of that is, I think that Rivian's got a lot of Ford components in it. Well, I looked at that suspension, the wheels, the tires. Well, the tires, who cares? But the wheels and the suspension, and here's the kid. The kid is ready to go to the car show. So I got to get in this car and get going. Here she is. Let's go check her out. Here she comes. There she is. All right. You ready? You ready?
Let me just wipe down my car really quick.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so anyways, this whole article about this XPeng new electric vehicle coming to the market, China has had a hard time getting their cars in our marketplace because of the strict standards of the safety issues, so, and other variables, even though every car manufacturer out there, Cadillac, Ford, who is it in with China? I mean, yeah, China. It's the love-hate relationship. No different than, really, if you think about it, the Japanese. I was reading about how Toyota, think about Toyota. It's right there in front of you. You have man eyes. It's right in front of you. You have man eyes. Remember this conversation? Yeah, it is. I saw it last night. I saw something in there last night. Here we go. This is funny. Last night. Let's turn the light on. And let's see here what we got here. I could have sworn
I saw man eyes.
Oh, here.
I'm a girl.
Okay, well, what's that back there?
Not it.
Wow. Nothing back there, huh? Well, you got some,
This is ridiculous.
Oh my gosh, this is so funny. This is the opposite of me.
This type of stuff really makes me mad.
Yeah, I know. I hear you.
Because I had this in here.
I know you did. I saw it. What's way back there? There it is. Way back here, isn't it? There it is. This is so funny. I'm doing the exact same thing you did to me. There it is. Oh, women's eyes, right? Women's eyes. So anyway, Toyota apparently, after the world, you don't forget, but, we obliterated Japan. Yeah, hello. First country to use nuclear bomb. Hello. So I can still remember back in the 70s how people hated, early 70s, people despised, the Japan-made products, Toyota and Honda, Mazda. People didn't want anything to do with them. Kind of like today with the Chinese. A lot of people are like, I don't want anything to do with those people. So here's the story. Back in 1958, Toyota brought the Toyota Crown to this country. And it talks about how after the World War II, it took, Toyota 8 years to get their factories kind of back up in order and making products. So they brought the Toyota Crown. And I can remember that car when I was a kid to this country in 1958. Well, the U.S. shut it down in 1960 because of safety concerns and just quality control. So, but you got to wonder too, the hate of the Japanese too, probably played into that. And then Hyundai is a good deal. Hyundai was founded in 1967. It didn't even bring the first Excel car to this country. It was called the Excel, Hyundai Excel, until 1986. And I remember those cars coming. I can still remember back in the 80s, those cars coming. To me, they were just such junk, trash. So, but what I'm radiating back to you is the story's more about how today, more than ever, someone can design an electric vehicle and get it to the marketplace rather quickly.
I wiped down my car. I didn't realize how dirty it was. Like looking at a horse.
I wouldn't worry about it. We'll take something different. Want to try something different? Yeah, this is funny. My red-eye Hellcat Challenger, and she had this look at me. She said, "Yeah, I'll drive this, Dad."
No, I don't know.
Why don't you drive your big Ram truck? It looks really clean.
It's dirty.
It doesn't look it.
It's really dirty.
Okay, well, then that one. You should.
I didn't think about it.
Let me go look at it. Let's go look at it. I wouldn't get too caught up in that today. I mean, your car doesn't really look dirty. I wouldn't worry about that. Your car looks fine. What you do is you go up to the car show, take your cleanest stuff with you, wipe it down, and you can clean it. Looks good to me. Just take some. It looks good.
I have a secret to tell you, but turn off the camera.
I mean, all right. We're good to go in the Maverick. The Maverick car show day. Is that what we're going to do here? Yeah. I think out on the highway. It's going to be a good 25 mile per gallon vehicle. That'd be pretty cool, if you know what I mean. All right. 872 miles on it. I'm going to drive this thing and start working out of it. Be a nice change for us, right? Kid knowing behind her, hopefully. Yeah, running a little late. Not a big deal. Like I say, I'll be very curious as the season starts to change upon us and what the crowd is like. So yeah, going back to China. Yeah, we all support China, whether you want to accept it or not. That's the craziness of where we are in today's world. So here's the gate. This thing is such a drag, and now this damn thing ain't working. It's just incredible. Doesn't end. So the gate's going bad. So I have to buy a whole new gate. I have to buy a gate. Jesus Christ, kid. Open the freaking gate. Hello? You know, for me, it's just, you have no idea how I have to, that gate is always a challenge. I talk about it in my videos. It's a pain in the ass. Just move up in the woods. Just move out in the middle of nowhere. Oh, so here comes our neighbor racing down the street. So now the kid goes, and I'll be behind her, but will she wait for the person? No, she's gonna wait. So now I'm stuck with the gate. So she's gonna wait as the gate closes on me. But anyway, so yeah, so the China thing, I'm trying to explain to you is that the China involvement, as everybody knows, I mean, I don't think anything I'm telling you this morning is anything new. I know that. I'm just sharing with you that I think it's interesting. I'm telling people, oh, it's so funny. The daughter's car is doing all the noise, and I'm the first thing, what is this car doing? It's the exhaust. The daughter just loves exhaust. I can't emphasize enough to anybody. This is what it's all about. This right here. Do you hear this? If you're a car enthusiast, and that still isn't good enough, the kid is like, I want a louder exhaust. I was like, you can't. You're gonna get pulled. You know, my daughter hasn't experienced, but others of us that have been around longer on how the policeman pulls you over, and this is, believe it or not, this shows up on your license. Like years ago, I got pulled over. There's that rev matching. So that isn't her, it's not her doing this. I mean, it's not her intentionally revving that car up. It's the car does the rev matching. And so it makes all that noise. I usually lead, and this morning she's leading. How about that, huh? She's taking the stronghold position. Yeah. So the China conversation, exhaust conversation. How many times have I talked about exhaust? But I was just saying, my daughter tries a louder exhaust. You get too crazy, you will get pulled. I mean, you will get pulled and get a citation, because apparently, which I'm blown away, that even if you're not registered in the state to get pulled for their laws, you got to abide by their laws. I just don't get that. I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, that's just crazy, but it's all about the exhaust. And years ago, I got pulled over my Ram 2500 truck that I had, white, really nice tint job. Police officer Lily just ran up the road, pulled me over, write me a 10 ticket. They can't do it anymore. They have to pull you over for speeding or some other incident before they can give you a tint ticket. So they can't chase you down just for the tint. But when you're pulled over, they go, oh, by the way, let's check your windows. But it shows up in your driving record. Yeah, I was blown away that and then I sold that vehicle. So years down the road, it eventually came off my record. It's not on the car anymore. But technically, you have to go to court, or you have to mail the court, and then show them proof of you removing that tint. Otherwise, it stays on your public record, illegal tint on vehicle. Yeah, just crazy, right? So, anyways, back to the China conversation, and about how in our own country, we've witnessed more than ever how China has so much influence in our country. Incredible. Yeah, even owning land and, commercial properties. Interesting enough, the Chinese have been cashing out of a lot of commercial properties. Why? Well, the pandemic, it rewrote the guidelines of how we do business, meaning more than ever, people are working from home. So China dumped big time investment in commercial buildings. Yeah, I wonder why. But they started in 2019. Ask yourself this. In 2019, major China investments in this country pulled out in commercial building. Hello? Can you connect the dots? Hello? All right, so now here's the next conversation. Do I sell the gator now? Do I take it back? I've been duped by the Chinaman? Yeah. All right. So now, I talked about this here a while back. The grandson, I think he's the grandson, he may be the great-grandson of Toyota, Akio Toyota, it's like Toyotda, I think, is actually how the family name is of the original founders of Toyota. Well, I talked about this a while back. Toyota's CEO, the great-grandson or grandson of the founder, he is so against this EV stuff. He's not sold on the EV whole, everybody going EV is going to resolve the world challenges and problems. He doesn't believe it. He's one of the select few CEOs in the country that is not playing the game. I mean, it's irking major Greenpeace, a Danish conglomerate called it's like AKDAMILEKER, like Akamailer or something. It's a really funky name. I can't even pronounce it. But it's a Danish investment portfolio that's going after Toyota because they're on the green environmental agenda. Does anybody remember me talking here in my videos about how I've said that these big CEOs are being manhandled by these board members and stock, people that are forcing them to go to the EV environment? Yes, it's radical. I mean, it's radical, to the point that this major Danish conglomerate of investments for people of billions of dollars, I've talked about this before, unbeknownst to most people, there's a major EV movement that has billions of dollars to manhandle governing bodies and manhandle major businesses to tell you how to act and what to do. Yes, it's incredible. There's people hell-bent on this environmental green agenda that have accumulated masses of fortunes of money where they have incredible, power because they've got investments in these companies and they're telling the board members and the stockholders of what you can and can't do. And that's why I've talked about it. These CEOs are being just used in a muppet from these EV environmentalists that are just, Brian, it's radical. It's radical. Even the point in our own country, there's a SAGE, S-A-G-E, I believe, investment portfolio out of Austin, Texas. Same thing. These are all people back in the environmental, the green agenda movement. And they're not happy at Toyota because Toyota's not playing the game. Toyota really thinks the hybrid ICE setup is the more efficient, better way to go. To even the point that Toyota's had record profits over any other automotive company based off the hybrid ICE sales. So the CEO really is not happy with this. He's being forced by outside people that aren't in his business on how he should run his business. And what's happening is Toyota's having to do the relationship or the media relations to try to tame it down, where Toyota doesn't want to come across as anti-EV, even to the point they now have a special relations department trying to tone down that the CEO of Toyota is not against electric vehicles. But he is. And I've talked about this, that more than ever today, we have a society of people that have accumulated great wealth from people contributing to their funds to change the way we live. More than ever. Is this crazy? If it was the opposite, don't you think these opposite... So if it was the Ice Age people accumulating great wealth to fight these EV people, I can guarantee these EV people and these agenda people, green agenda people, would go radically nuts. They would go nuts. They go radical. Unless ICE people started getting together and saying, no, you do not know the end. And you're misleading people on electric vehicles solving mankind's challenge to Mother Earth. It's beyond believable. So yes, and anybody who watches my channel and listens to my conversations, I've talked about this, and now I'm reading about it. You know, that's Wall Street Journal's big article this morning, how the CEO of Toyota doesn't want to play the EV game. So yeah, so why are things being changed? It's because you have these radical, you know, I mean, I'm not lying, they have these radical EV agenda movements. And it's incredible who the Danish conglomerate of companies and churches and schools and, you know, who's behind all this stuff, you know. And so, oh my gosh, it's just beyond. So everybody's, you know, sitting around thinking, oh, it's Stellantis, you know, they're just totally getting rid of all the Dodge ICE cars, blah, blah. Yeah, right, that guy is based in, you know, I can't even think of his name, Tesvardi or whatever his name is. Yeah, he's in that European Union, you know, he's in the whole European flair that he's being forced, you know, to do these things, to abide by these radical green agenda movements. Yes, incredible. And so, and what they're complaining about is their stock portfolio. Even though Toyota's stock is better than most automotive stocks right now, but they're not happy. Just incredible. And hey, anybody watch the barrel of oil? The futures, the barrel of oil right now is $79, $78. Hello. Hey, what I say back in the beginning of the summer, it wouldn't last. It wouldn't last. And another interesting thing is the stock market whores, yeah, the stock market whores that play off the short and long, off the dip traders, they're getting their asses kicked. Sorry for the foul language, but I'm telling you, this whole inflation thing in this country is being driven by green agenda. It's being driven by greed beyond greed. The car show. Oh wow, pretty good car show there. So greed beyond greed is driving this inflation. But you know what? They're falling flat in their face. So these stock traders are getting killed. It's not the conventional, you know, way of the market. So the market's not done falling. So guys are buying short and long, long and short, wherever the hell that technology is. And it isn't working for them because it's not done. I said 20,000 Dow by the end of the year. 20,000 Dow. We're in the 20s. We're now at 29. We're now the lowest at all. Anybody who has portfolio stock market's getting killed. There's articles of people left and right that their pensions, everything, they're getting killed. Yeah, because it's all misrepresentation, beyond believable. Here's a car show. Yeah, misrepresentation, misinformation. That's the danger we live in more than ever in society. There's always an agenda behind the message, and I think more than ever the truths are starting to prevail. And yeah, it's starting to hurt. That's the problem. Here's the car show. Here's the kid. Back it out a little bit. And here we go. So does the Ford Maverick, think this through, a Ford Maverick get the attention today? Is that the excitement? I doubt it. I don't think it will be. But at the same time, I think people will probably be like, hey, that's that new little Ford Maverick. Like t-shirts, I got a jacket on. Some regulars are here. Got the Hellcat Charger. That's a nice car, pretty car. Mustangs. Oh, the kid's going right here. The kid's in control today. See this? The kid is in control. She is in control. I mean, she's like doing her thing like never seen. Yeah. She's like, hey, Dad, just get out of my way. Just get out of my way, Dad. You're bugging me. Is that what's going on? Do I put the Maverick next to her? Am I allowed? Will she allow me to be parked next to her? Can I park here? Let's look. Want me on this side or that side? That good? How's the car running? Good. Like it? Okay. All right. So here we are. You hear my loud exhaust? Oh, the Sunday morning conversations. Yeah, just time. The influence of others that believe they know how things play out is beyond believable to me. I mean, to me, and what you're hearing from me this morning is the aggravation on how you get these people think they know everything, and they don't. They don't. It's misinformation. It needs to be toned down. This EV thing needs to be toned down. It needs to be more a combination of ICE and electric and the hybrid, but this just total radical go forward all EV. It's beyond ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Kid, once you get in. Hey, kid. Wow. You cold? Morning.
Good morning.
You gonna sing popcorn a song?
You're getting some checkouts.
I know. I told you. Told you we would. We better get out. Let people check it out. What do you think? Better get out and check it out. Look around.
Obviously, I don't know why else we came here.
Wow, gee whiz. Stay tuned. Gee, this is a rarity. Wow, that's a rare car there. The British green. Whose car is this?
None of ours.
Nobody can take claim to it?
I think you can have it.
I can have it if I want to buy it?
Sure.
Well, sure, how much is it? 50 grand or 20 grand?
Yeah. I'll take 20 for it.
Will you? Yeah, that's a rare car. Yeah, you'll take 20 and walk away, right? Then I'll be like, where's the keys? Like, I'll bring that back, right? Look at the interior. This is pretty cool. This is definitely a good. Oh, look at that. So what year is it? It's 67. I was going to say 65, 66. Sale or trade. You know what? I'll show the. If anybody's interested in this, watching my channel, I'll take it. Here comes the noise. It needs to be louder. We know that guy. Yeah. Look at this. Is that badass or what? Listen to him. I mean, that's nice. There we go. It's all about the exhaust. I tell you, they're good. You got it. Good. You're good.
You're so bossy.
Oh, here comes the other guy. Here comes the quiet ones. Look, so here's the deal. What's that there? I mean, come on. Now listen to this here. Hey, remember everybody was complaining about the not being loud enough? Well, there you go. I proved my point. Can you actually put an exhaust on that thing? I mean, come on. Come on. Where's the exhaust though, right? I mean, you two guys, can't you put a real exhaust on these things? I mean, now listen to this thing here, right? I mean, come on. That's badass. That is nice. The rumble showed up. Or did the trouble show up? I think both showed up. Sweet. So this here is like a '08, and that there.
Yeah, this
What is it?
Oh, nine.
'09. What's yours?
Oh, wait.
I was close. Reversed. So I had a '08. I had a '08 Z06,
Oh, okay.
but nothing like what you have. So how much power?
This one last dynoed 1,093
At the wheel or at the?
the wheel.
Oh my gosh! How about you? Got to outdo him. Come on.
Yeah, mine's all motors. I mean, it's like
Work in
470,
progress.
480.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So it's oh my gosh! But yours sounds better than his, or does his sound better than yours?
Mine is just straight piped with resonators. So.
Yeah. Right. That's cool, man. Yeah, but you know what? You sound better than you actually go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ordered on the way here. It looked really good.
I mean, it sounds damn good, but as far as the punch it factor, it's kind of like a lot of noise,
I mean,
right?
he'd leave me in the dust. Obviously.
Oh yeah. I get. Well, this thing here, I mean, I don't know how you stay connected personally. You know what I mean? But is this an official ZR1, or you just put a sticker on it?
No, it's a zero.
You took and you modded it big time,
Well, at one
wrapped it.
At one point, the motor let go, so it's got a new motor in it.
So
It's
what
got-
motor is it?
It's got an LS Next Dart aluminum
Oh my gosh!
427.
Really?
With,
Oh man, that's bad. You get a big block.
yeah, with the Texas Speed LS3 260cc heads.
And I have a YouTube channel that I do a Sunny Car Meet every day. Is it bug you if your car's on here? Through?
I don't care.
Okay, good.
No,
So make sure I'm not doing anything. You're like, hey, dude,
No,
why'd you do
no,
that?
you're good.
So where's the place that did this? Did your custom work?
So I had the motor built in Capitol Heights.
Oh, we gotta look at the engine. Come on, it's
Yeah.
open. Oh, so local.
And then the
Jeez.
whole car was put together by a buddy of mine in his garage. And then the
What'd you have to mod though to make this thing fit? Did you have to do anything?
Not really.
So
I mean,
you-
it's
so-
still an LS based motor.
Yeah, right. So you didn't have to just fit everything in. It all kind of went right back in, no problem.
For the most part, well, no problem. But yeah,
Yeah, okay.
you know how it is. But
Yeah, no, I know, I get
no,
it.
There wasn't any like custom fabrication or anything.
But this is a lighter motor now.
no, I mean the
It's
LS9
not?
was also aluminum.
Okay, it is all right.
So a lot of guys will go. Usually when they have their motor OEM motor let go, they'll go like LSX or something like that. Do
right.
an iron block.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to add that weight in the front, so I went with an LS Next Dart aluminum.
Okay, so not to get personal, but just for the motor, how much money?
Motor
Roughly,
itself-
just roughly.
Oh, like heads to pan. Ah, man, I don't know. Maybe
20,
25.
25 grand.
Yeah,
Right. And how old? How old's the motor? As far as when did you do this?
late 2020.
Okay. So do you go up to like, do you go down to Budds Creek and do your stints or anything?
I
or?
don't do quarter mile just because
Okay.
I don't want to worry about breaking drivetrain.
Right,
stuff.
right.
But I did do. I went to Race Motive last month. It was really warm, so the car didn't do as well as I would have liked to.
Yeah.
But they
Heat
do, like,
soak, you
race-
mean?
Yeah, it was heat soaked.
Right.
So I'm gonna play with it this winter and see if I can't get a little.
Do you ever go down south to the Dominion, whatever that big racetrack is, Virginia?
No.
Man, I think this would be a lot of fun down there. It's a long drive.
The one place I really want to take it again is Poconos Raceway.
Oh wow,
That's-
it's a cool environment too.
Yeah,
right
man.
time of year.
Yeah.
Can't go there when it's humid though.
They have another event coming October 9th. I may go. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, are you part of the Corvette club that goes up there?
Nah.
Okay. All right, so
just
here's a
kinda go
question.
my thing.
I'm a Corvette guy. I've owned 3 Z06s, and I've had the C7. So I was on the page at a C8 this past February, and I did a whole review on it, and I walked away disappointed.
Really?
Yeah, because I grew up with the front engine car, and I just couldn't. That just doesn't. Whatever. It's a badass car, and the Corvette crowd just tarnished me because I thought, "What are you crazy?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm just a front engine guy," and I just didn't get the exhaust note out of that car. I just didn't get, I just didn't get the what I thought I'd get out of it.
Yeah. I mean, times are changing. That's part of the. But I think that's me personally. I think you start seeing a lot of the car scene sort of, or car people sort of start to divide between,
The front
older-
engine, the mid engine,
Yeah, I mean,
electric vehicles.
so when I was younger, I used to be like, haha, these carbureted guys. But now I get it. Now that I'm the
Right.
now
Yeah,
that
you
whole
understand.
next generation of cars is coming out and changing the
Mm-hmm.
whole landscape.
Okay, but here's a question: have you driven a C8?
No, but I honestly, I would probably get one.
Yeah.
But I'd
Right.
wait. I'd wait. I think that all the prices are inflated.
Right. Yeah. Right. I
So
agree.
down the road, I would get one, but I don't know.
But you haven't driven one yet.
No, but I think I want one.
It's so different.
it's one of those things where if I got one, I say it, but who knows? I'd probably leave it stock
Uh-huh.
because this thing's already like where.
But what do you put? I mean, the Z06 isn't even attainable. That's stupid. Try to get a Z06, forget it. But I drove the Z51 package with the LT3 package. Beautiful car. But I couldn't get that exhaust note out of it. I mean, you can change exhaust on it, but I just didn't get that factory, what I thought I'd get out of it.
Right.
I just didn't get that. I got a GT500. I have Hellcats. I've had 5 Hellcats. So I'm not driving around in these little, I've driven around. I had a Jaguar F-Type SVR, 550 horsepower. I've had high performance cars. But I got in the Corvette, and even my daughter here, she's a motorhead to the max. She drives a stick shift, Mustang and stick shift Challengers. She can do all that stuff. And even she was with me, and we were just kind of like.
Well, I think GM. I feel like GM has a thing for trying to get the Corvette to go after some of the supercars without a supercar budget.
Right.
So when they first released the C6ZR1,
Yeah.
I mean, it was doing great things on.
Oh heck, the ZR1, dude! This is the baddest SR you could buy back in 2009.
I mean, they were out to just.
But
prove,
you couldn't even get them.
They were out to prove like look what you can do for
right.
a fraction of the price of
Right.
the supercars.
Right.
So
I know. Well, they took it over to Germany. What did it do at the track there? Nuremberg.
I'd love to get one, mint stock unmolested, but.
Well, why don't you just get this? Come on, just cut to the chase. Open your checkbook up.
They're beautiful cars, but I'll be honest with you, I'm starting to see those more than the ZR1s. On the street?
Yeah, I know. Right. This
That's
is a
what's
collector,
crazy.
but yours isn't
Well,
a
not mine
collector
anymore.
Yeah, yours is not. You passed that point.
Oh yeah, no, this
Yeah,
one.
this
This thing has been.
Yeah. It's a specialty vehicle.
Yeah, well, I would. Yeah, this thing is definitely.
Well, it's a fun factor.
Yeah.
It's all about the exhaust.
I mean, I didn't do it.
It's all about the exhaust, man. I mean, is that exhaust? Oh, there's our buddy. We met him at the DMV the other day. So, Eddie, she's got her motorcycle license.
Oh really?
Yeah. She drives around a 114 Harley,
Oh wow. Okay.
a street bob.
I actually just sold my chopper a couple months ago. My
Did
last
ya?
Bike, yeah. I had an 05 Hayabusa with the.
Hey, this is pretty cool. The gentleman last week that was on the Suzuki B King, was that the right name?
That is it.
Okay, Suzuki 2004 or 2008. Okay, so the gentleman's now back on his Sportster 1250. What year?
2003.
2003. And I was just telling him that back before my daughter here when my wife was pregnant, 2004. Up in Pennsylvania, I saw the same theme motorcycle, but they called it a Willie G. And I just wasn't the Harley guy at that time, so I didn't really know all the different lines and everything. And my wife was like, "Are you kidding me? We've got a kid coming on the way, and you want to buy a motorcycle?" So that conversation didn't last very long. But oh my gosh, it was just a beautiful same paint. So do you even know the color of that name of that paint? I know, because that's a really neat color. But anyways, it was called the Willie G Special, and it had like a little fairing on front of it, and it had the same, theme. So you said 2003 or 4?
2003.
3. So that was about that time.
Yep.
So there had to be another little edition like this, if you know what I mean, because it wasn't a real big bagger bike. So what's your what motor is this? Is this an 88?
That's what it started life as. It was a 100th anniversary 883.
80.
And the motor was instantly pulled apart by the previous owners, my boss.
So he boarded out.
boarded out, did hot cams in it, full exhaust, and it made on the dyno 85 to the rear wheel.
Shaw,
It's stout.
on this
It's
thing?
stout, yeah.
This is what, like 500-pound motorcycle?
About 450-ish.
Oh my
460.
gosh, this thing's a little rocket.
It is.
Considering it's a Harley.
Yes, yes.
Oh wow. So ignition on the right here, saddle here. Got your Speedo. This is so now retro. It's hard to believe, if you know what I mean. Oh, so we got to hear it.
Yeah.
We got to hear the pipe.
And it's
It's all about the
electric.
exhaust. You know what I mean? So, oh, this is straight pipe, man. This has got to sound nice little rumble here. So it's cam too, right?
Yep, it's got 3 cams in it.
Oh my goodness. Now, how long have you had this?
I've had it about 4 or 5 months now. I've done
Oh, really?
miles on it, though.
Oh, so you're the new guy. Listen to that. this is like retro beyond retro. Oh my gosh. Wonder what the lobe is on that thing. You know what I mean? Here's some gas. You gotta hear, look. Here's a little throttle there. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I can feel the air blowing my fan. Very nice, man. That's sweet. So any issues? No. Thank God. Yeah.
It's very, very earthy with some doesn't like hot stuff.
Yeah. Right.
Besides that,
Now is that your oil? There's your oil cooler. That's pretty classic, right? That little itty bitty little radiator like thing. Yeah, wow, you got your buddies showing up over the motorcycle. Are following you, man. Got the Indian. Yeah, nice. Very nice, man. Wow. You were born in the wrong time, man. You're late.
That's what I always think.
You should have been around third, but the good news is you're still a young guy, all right? So you'll appreciate that. Do you know these gang? Did you attract all these people today?
Maybe.
Probably. You got a whole group. Oh, gentlemen there. Yeah, we got a whole different mixture here. That's very nice. Rarity, 73 Q. To see the bumpers? The bumper's given away, plus his tag says it. He's probably got a 340 in it. That looks all original. Wow. All right, this is the gentleman here. This is a rare car. It's a Ford Performance Blue, which was a popular color, but you don't see them. You don't see these cars. It's incredible. Beautiful car. Gentleman shows up here, and his wife, I believe, said you can have this. Is that what she said?
Not only did you have it, she found it.
Wow. What a woman.
Came to me and said, hey,
Wow.
I think your car is sitting back there in the showroom.
Oh my gosh, what a wife. That's a keeper. I'm talking about the wife.
Touche.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, awesome car show. Hey, great seeing you. We'll see you next time.
All right, take
Yep.
care.
Yep, sir. All right, the Maverick. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
So,
I'm going to go check out your site.
okay, thank you. So, here's a sticker on the back of the car if you want to see it. So, yeah, I didn't even hang out with the Maverick. Let me check it out. I have no idea. Conversations galore. Hey, we like this look. This is funny. Wait a second. Who's copying me? This is so funny. This is classic. Yeah. Who's doing this, right? Oh, he did metal straps. That's a good idea. I don't even know who it is. That's great. Oh my gosh. Yeah, touche to me, right? Yeah. All right, time to get out of here. Kid didn't feel well. Kid had to go home. That's too bad. All right, another nice Leesburg car meet, car show. And boy, I tell you, a lot of great conversations up here. And for me, yeah, it'll just turn into a 2-hour video. It would. So maybe watching the channel. A lot of enthusiasm. A lot of fun. And everybody's kind of cleaned out now. And oh my goodness, it's so interesting too. You run across other people that level-headed, level-minded, headed people, and we start talking this EV agenda, and they talk about the green agenda. It's so incredible how I understand. I'm at a car event where people are all about the gas engine for the most part, but there isn't anybody there that's like critical of EV vehicles. The main message you hear is a constant message is, yeah, the EV vehicle, it's a cool vehicle, but it's the wrong presentation to people thinking this saves the world. That's the biggest thing that you hear, that I hear, is, yeah, EV vehicles, cool vehicles, but, it's always the but, which is exactly right. It's the same rhetoric. It's like one gentleman who's probably in his 60s, and he was, just commenting on how he studied environmental science, biology, civil engineer, all this stuff. And, he's just talking about how, sadly, the lithium mining is just incredible to extract lithium. And so, the point is, I was sharing with people what I was sharing with the my subscribers watching my video this morning on how this EV environmental, movement, or I should say more the green agenda movement, is just really, I think, bigger than I realized. You know, meaning I did not realize billions of dollars were behind these green agenda, you know, individuals, platforms, whatever, however you want to classify it. But I just never realized that how much money is being funneled into organizations to push the green agenda. You know, it's massive, and there's so many conversations. Even the point, there's an article written in the Wall Street Journal this past week I read about how companies are going to run out of carbon footprint capabilities. You know, there's so much language that you don't really think the average person, even for myself, even are aware of, that, you know, that what's going on around us. You know, the message I'm trying to convey to people is that there's a person, you know, texting and not paying attention as the light turned green, and now I'm the problem, right? You know, but the whole point is that even for me as a motorhead enthusiast, I'm just now becoming more abreast than ever in my lifetime on how radical the green agenda is. And as I said earlier, could you imagine if the ICE vehicles banded together and started raising billions of dollars to fight this what I feel and many others feel is misinformation, misrepresented movement? I mean, whereas or not, you know, they're going to start banning the sale of appliances that aren't green, you know, and I mean, the list goes on and on and on over the next 10 years of some radical rules that are being put in place by the green agenda of what you can even use in your home to as an appliance, or how you heat your home. The list goes on and on and on, where these green people have the money behind them to go force these manufacturers to play their game, or they're not going to play a game. Yeah, wow. Just incredible. I mean, to me, I've talked about this in my videos about how force, one thing I've learned in my lifetime is force never works out. It never works out. It never works out. Anybody here that forces somebody to do things they don't want to do, when it's all said and done, 9 times out of 10, I'm not talking about you being a parent and telling your kid they got to go to school. I'm not talking about that type of force. I'm talking about in general for mankind, when somebody has this idea that forces it onto others that don't really see what the need is for their change or what they're trying to accomplish, especially for a married man or woman. Yeah, has that force your spouse to do something ever worked out? Does it ever work out? No, it doesn't. You at the end are the idiot. So yeah, for the green agenda people, yeah, borderline, you're the idiot. You're forcing on mankind what you think you know, the variables of the physics of this world and how it plays out, and you don't. You don't. You know, it's all about the science. It's all about the science. Oh, okay. Well, you know, I'm not a person that says I can't look at science, and I'm not here to say that science doesn't have, you know, answers or way to resolve things, but at the same time to constantly be, you know, referencing, oh, look at the science. Look at the science. Yeah. So anyways, hey, it's been a great Sunday morning car meet. Very impressive on how many people actually showed up. But I tell you, we're at the turn of the season. Hey, the leaves are getting a little drier. It's not going to be long before these leaves start turning a different color. And the temperature today is a whopping 64 degrees. Nice day. And talked to a few GT500 individuals. You saw that last gentleman's car. It's just a beautiful, it's just a really beautiful car. Nice car. Those are cars that just whoever's watching my channel, like the gentleman that I just showed, that GT500 Performance Blue, you just can't, you would be never let that go. He won't. I can't see that. That's a family car forever car. Just incredible. And you know, just me trying to pass on information to others that watch my channel, that hopefully, you know, my goal is to hopefully give information that helps you, you know, that helps you as an individual look at things and maybe see it in some ways the way I see it. But I love other people can reach out and say, yeah, you know, you're kind of right on that, but you should look at it this way as well. And I love that. I mean, I really do. I enjoy the conversation with people that comment and say, hey man, yeah, well, your not all right on that, but you're some right. Yeah, okay, good, great. I just learned something as well. That's all it's about. Because more than ever in our society, I don't trust the media. I don't trust it. And probably like, oh, it's always an agenda. It's an agenda. That's all it is. There's a hidden message and a hidden end result out of what they're trying to convey to you. So that's why I think right now the YouTube channels, I was never a big guy doing it, never a big guy watching all day, but more than ever, I do watch YouTube channels, and I do my YouTube channel just because I think more than ever the media, you're not getting all the information. You're not. And it's even dangerous on this channel for myself. If I start saying certain things, yeah, I'm sure that somebody behind the scenes, we know it's all algorithms, and we all know that the YouTube has the technology of what words I'm using. You know, when they're downloading my video to be published, I guarantee you there's computers listening to my voice, listening to words. If I'm referencing it to a political person and blah, 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 that, you know, then all of a sudden that, like, to give you an example, I named one of my videos like Daughter Daddy Day. You know, that could be misrepresented, misunderstood, you know, for the Jeffrey Epsteins. Yeah, what happened to that guy, right? Yeah, you know, those type of individuals, those really twisted-minded people. Yeah, I'm sure that the YouTube, you know, that's kind of like probably a red flag. You know, what is that? What is that video? I mean, just oh my God, you know, yeah, yikes. Woo. Yeah. Anyways, let's get back on the positive note here, right? On the Ice Age TV adventures. So what, you know? So you think this past week, if you review, you know, for even me, reviewing this past week, I mean, even for me right now, going from Monday this past week into the end of this past week, what else did I buy? I bought the Gator. So did I get through well, I just about made it. I didn't even make it. I didn't even get through 1 week without buying something. I mean, think it through. Even I think I mentioned that this week. I mean, like I haven't mentioned, hey, I haven't bought anything. Oh my gosh, just doesn't end. So yeah, the week of the adventures, and now what's the next adventures, right? Yeah. Well, anyways, everybody, stay tuned for more adventures. Yeah, Ice Age, Iceman. Did you start calling me the Iceman? Hey, Iceman. Yeah, I guess so. So once again, everybody, appreciate everybody watching my videos. Appreciate those who subscribe, and hopefully my videos help you become a better person, right? Yeah. So you're like, yeah, I just bought 10 new cars because of you, buddy. How to become a better person? I now can justify to the wife that me buying a car isn't such a big deal. Just watch this guy's TV, this guy's YouTube channel. Yeah, right. Like my dad says, no good deed goes unpunished. How true that is. All right, everybody. Hope everybody has a great Sunday. And hey, it's football day. And does your team play, or do you even watch it? I mean, yeah, that's a whole another discussion, right? But anyways, thank you so much for everybody being so nice and making nice comments. Really appreciate that. And the support, really do appreciate it. And hope everybody has a blessed day, and stay tuned.